Yet we are live. Hello, everybody. Brr, it's cold here in Los Angeles. Welcome to our episode 8 live hangout. We're live. We're live. Episode 8 hangout. How's everybody doing? It has been a little cold here in Los Angeles. I want to report, Gerald. I wanted to report to everybody how cold it is in Los Angeles. It was sub 30s here.
We're freezing.
In Los Angeles, California. Especially if you live in the valley, boy, it might have hit 28 degrees. So if anybody thought that LA doesn't get cold, let me tell you, it gets cold. That's why I'm wearing the hat. Colorado School of Mines, by the way, great place. Gets cold there, Golden, Colorado. So anyway, let's talk about episode 8. If anybody's watching, looking for your posts on Facebook, we're monitoring the 10K Live button, the Facebook app that allows us to broadcast our Google Hangout live on Facebook for all those that don't have a Google Plus account, which tends to be 95%, if not more, of the people that watch. Google Plus doesn't seem to be as popular. Doesn't seem to be as popular as everybody thinks. So let's see who's going to make it out and throw up the first question. In the meantime, Gerald, it seems like it's just you and me here on the Hangout for now.
It is, Eric. And who's supposed to come? Who are we waiting for?
Jules Wilcox, everybody, sends her regrets. She was stuck in traffic. She has a comedy show tonight in Hollywood, and her text reads, well, she probably won't like that I'm reading this, or maybe she won't mind. She said,
I agree, you're going to read it.
she used a forward expletive. I won't say it. And then she said, I'm stuck in traffic. Won't be home in time for the hangout. I'm so sorry. I said, no worries. We're going to go for a while. Go ahead and jump in whenever you get a chance. And she says, I'm doing a comedy show at 8, so I have to go straight there. I'm sorry. So Jules is going to be with us here for half an hour, but not anymore. So Riley Smith is next up. I'm going to text Riley and see what's going on with him and see if he's on his way. The great news is we saw that John Schneider 2 weeks ago, he logged into the Google Hangout from his car with his mom in the car, driving in the freezing cold in Nashville, Tennessee. He pulled over and he did the Hangout from the side of the road in Nashville. John is the ultimate team player. So let me see if I can get Riley here and see what's going on with Riley. I'm typing in joining us now.
Eric, where are we? Eric, are we now halfway through? Is that where we are?
We're halfway through. We're actually we're a little more than halfway through episode 8. We've got 11 episodes. We've got 9, 10, and 11. We've got 3 more. It's just going to be wild. But we're in the process of lining them up and getting them ready. So it's exciting.
It's interesting.
It's exciting. Yeah.
I couldn't help but think when we were in the episode, because it's dealing with Air Force One, thinking about the pictures yesterday of all the past presidents sitting in Air Force One, spatzering around, joking around, talking, Bush and the Clintons and the Obamas all together, sitting in Air Force One, made me think of.
I want to see that picture.
Days.
I want to see that picture. That would have been interesting.
Let me see if I can find it. We could put it up.
Yeah, why don't you? Oh, really? We can put it up? How do we do that? How do you put it up?
Maybe we can. I'll figure it out. You talk to the people. It's probably just you and me, but you can talk to the people.
Yeah, I understand totally. Listen, this is what makes things fun. We've got Gerald. I think it's like Howard Stern and his sidekick. I forget her name now.
Only I'm not as funny as his sidekick.
Sure you are. You're funnier. So Kelly, are you not noticing there's a comment here, Gerald?
No, I'm busy looking for that picture now. What did Kelly say?
Kelly said she's here, cold here too, mid-teen temps in Ohio. Kelly, you're in Ohio, right? What city? Are you in Cincinnati? Go ahead and bump that up on the chat, and we'll see. Hey, Renee's here too from Reno. Renee, how cold is it in Reno? I want to know. Oh, Kelly said Ep8 was really good. Looking forward to tonight's chat. Well, here we are live. Hey, Kelly and Renee, tell us your favorite moment in episode 8. What did it for you? What put goosebumps on your flesh, if that happened at all? Let us know. Gerald, so you're going to try and put up Air Force One here with the.
I'm looking for the picture to see if we can show
three
a picture.
Different first president clans We would have had a very packed presidential suite on Air Force One if we'd had all three of those families in there. That's an
I
awful
found
thought.
the picture. I don't know if how I can get it in there.
All right, I love it. Well, people are logging on. We've got more people logging on here now, and
Who
watching.
else is here?
I don't know who else is here, but I see the numbers are going up on the people that are watching. You can actually see on Facebook how many are watching, can't you? I'm just watching to see who's watching live here on Google Plus, and those numbers are coming up. I'm going to throw out some stats, guys, since we're waiting for some more questions and some comments from Kelly and Renee, whoever else is watching, what their favorite moment was. A moment that gave you goosebumps. Let me know. But some stats for 10,000 days on Metacafe so far. We're heading toward 1 million views. I think we're at 810 or 815,000 views so far, and we started 7 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, 7 actually, in 2 days. So in 7 weeks, we put on 815,000 views. Not bad. So if we keep building that audience, we should push past 1 million in the next week and a half, and that was a goal we had, and we're nailing it. So we're super excited and thankful to everybody for helping make that happen. Riley Smith checking in. Riley's, if you can see what Riley's saying, what is Riley saying? There it is. Riley coming to focus. Riley's saying, not sure how to get on or if I have Google Plus. He's trying now. He actually has Google Plus. He's on Google. I'm telling him, come on down. Bear with me, folks. I have to do a little text here. It's terribly boring.
Hey, Eric.
Oh, wait.
Are you up for an experiment since it's so quiet today?
Yeah, just don't like destroy.
No, I mean, there's a way I can share the screen to show you the pictures. Oh my God, and I lost you. Did I lose you or did you lose me? Girls, can you still hear me?
Oh man, craziness.
There you are. Can you hear me?
Yeah, everything. My whole screen just went black and everything went crazy. Whatever you did.
I see you there. I didn't do anything yet. I asked if I could share a screen. I won't do it. I don't want to freak anybody out.
All I know is my whole screen went black. My other screen went black. Everything went crazy. I'm checking to see if what the heck's going on. I'm trying to see if it'll broadcast here. I'm looking to see if our broadcast is broadcasting. Yeah, it is. There we are. All
yeah,
right.
Scooty's here.
I'll pause it. All right, who's here? Someone's got a question.
Here now.
All right, I'm just trying to let me let my man on. Log into. Why don't you read the question? And I'll answer it.
Kelly had Kelly had a comment.
Yeah.
Hard to pick a favorite moment. Probably when they found that football and the way they tried to open it. Yikes.
Yeah, Milo clearly didn't know what a firearm was and what it could do. The way he was handling that firearm, not the way you grab a firearm, Milo. He's using it as a hammer. Hang on a second. Then use the link. Send. Yeah. All right, let's see if Riley figures this out. Yeah, that was an interesting moment. I told him, I said, you got a hammer with this side, so it looked like you might trigger the weapon. It wasn't a little scary. Let's see what we got here. See what people are saying. It's warm here. It's warm through way, guys. Scooty, where are you again? Scooty, I'm trying to remember where Scooty is. Isn't Scooty in Australia? She is. I'm pretty sure. Kelly says, hard to pick a favorite moment, probably when they found that football. All right, we answered that. Yeah, that is gnarly. Renee said, it's 25 in Reno. Mornings have been as low as -3. Renee, you know I was born in Reno, Nevada. I went to high school there. Reno High. I'm a Reno High graduate. I won't tell you the year yet. Let's see here. Target for season 2, Renee. Yeah, the target for season 2 would be next year. Hopefully, we'll be going into production in spring because we need a couple months to prep, get the scripts ready, and get the sets built. So probably spring. So we're standing by, waiting for the folks at MetaCafe and the Collective Digital Studio to deliver some great news to us. Yeah, Scooty's in Australia. It's 2 p.m. Sorry, afternoon. Jackie says it's 3 a.m. here in the UK. Jackie, are you kidding me? It's 3 a.m. and you're still up? What time do you have to get up in the morning? I want to hear about that. Let's see. Renee's doing good. Let's see. Kelly can still hear you. See, good guys. So, who else has a favorite moment? Kelly weighed in. Scooty in Australia. Have you watched the episode? Tell us your favorite moment. Renee, we got to hear. Renee, you got to hear from you what your favorite moment was. Or we can talk about Reno High School. You can tell me where you went to high school. Maybe you didn't go to high school in Reno. Scooty jumped 10 feet in the air when the gun went off. Let's see here. Good. We'll wait for something from those guys. Gerald.
Yes, darling.
Did you watch episode 8?
No, I've been running around all day. But I will watch it as soon as we're finished.
Well, obviously. You remember it. You just need to watch it again so I can ask you a
That's
question.
Right.
And you can
refresh.
give a cogent response. You need to hit refresh. Well, I'll refresh a little
yes.
bit. There's a little bit of gunplay. A gun goes off, and the kids.
Right.
The kids get stuck. The kids get stuck, and it's not going to be pretty. That's all I can say. When we hit episode 9, it won't be pretty for the kids. I'm not saying they, perish, but it is a possibility. Wouldn't that be me? We'll find out later. All right, so I'm going to call Riley, and hopefully you guys will bear with me. I'm going to put Riley on the phone and see if I can dig him up and find out what's keeping him. Because Riley will have all kinds of interesting things to say. Far more interesting than me. Let's see if I can find it.
If you're watching on Google Plus, please say hi. I'm trying to get the chat on Google Plus to work too. I see there's like 5 viewers in the queue there, but I not finding you. Okay, so say hi in the chat.
I'm calling Riley in Austin. Riley's in Austin, Texas.
Let's make a phony phone call.
I'm making it. Our viewers are adding up here. We've launched above 5, 6, 7. Riley.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Hey, so checking in with you. So, are you having trouble logging on?
Yeah, but I'm trying to install this program right now.
Google Plus.
Well, I have Google. I guess this is like voice and video.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So you've got your Google Plus account, and now you're trying to add the voice and video app.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain, but once you get it should be pretty easy to add. It just runs you through a couple questions, then you just add it on. Once it's on, you'll be able to use that link I sent you and go straight to the Hangout. In fact, it might just send you to the Hangout if you already clicked the link. Did it come up when you hit the link?
Yeah, actually, right now it's taking me to the Hangout. It looks like.
Well, that's what it's going to do. It's
It's
video and voice, and it's Google Hangouts. It's been around for about a year, and they're still working out the bugs. We tend to everything changes every week. We try and go live. Like I tried to set this thing up and wouldn't give me the button. So Gerald, our social media person, she got the button and she started it.
It looks like I'm on a plain black page right now.
Right, and then it should ask you a question. It should say accept and then go to the Hangout or something like that.
Uh-oh.
Is that what you're getting?
No, it's just plain black. Let me try going back to the link now that I have everything installed.
Yeah, go back to the link.
Right.
What do you think of that, Gerald?
I'm not
1 second.
found.
And when in doubt, just click on that link I sent you, Riley, because that should take you to the right place, and then it'll ask you a bunch of questions.
Okay, so it took me. There we go. You're about to join Google on air. Join.
There you go.
Let's see.
You'll see me doing some weird stuff. This is
What
my
are you doing?
This is my JPL Mars Explorer paperweight that I was given at JPL at NASA when I visited, guys. This is pretty cool. Riley Smith joining.
Hi.
Riley's
Smith
here.
joining. I'm hanging up on you, Riley. Is your mute button off, Riley? We'll find out in a second. I don't see your picture though, Riley. Hey, Riley.
Yeah.
I don't see his picture though. Riley.
Riley.
Riley hung up on you.
His camera was muted.
You've
I've
got this
unmuted him. I figured out how to unmute him.
There's a button
Riley.
there, Riley. Riley, are you still on the phone? He's not on the phone anymore. There's a button there. I'm going to call him back.
He's trying to get in there.
Yeah, Google Plus, not making it easy, is it? Maybe there's some questions. Gerald says, what did you say? What nice job, Gerald. Yellow Christmas hat on there.
You like me? I said hi to Nairi. I wanted her to tell me where that other chat thing is that we can't seem to find.
Renee went to high school in Texas, moved to Reno in 1977. Hey, Renee, I moved to Reno in 1978, the year after you. So that's
I don't
very
even want to
fascinating.
tell you what I was doing that year.
That's awesome. Let's see what I'm missing here from people, what they're saying. Here, you look at the questions. I gotta get Riley back on board. Hang on,
Riley, you there?
No, Riley's there. He's trying to figure out how to unmute his how to unmute things. I'm gonna.
I unmuted him already. He's not muted.
Yeah.
I already unmuted him.
Well, I'm gonna call him right now.
You know, we're into the 8th episode here, and it's still a circus. Okay.
It's a
Still
circus. What can I say? It's like I'm trying to get my phone to work.
Cirque to 10K days.
What a joke. Well, we see Riley's little image. The problem is can't get him on. I'm clicking on him so I can get him on. We see your blank image here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my internal speakers to.
Oh, so you can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you. I just can't hear you.
And what about your camera?
What about?
Because there's no image of you here.
Oh, really? I don't know.
You know what you could do?
Oh, he needs headphones.
You know what you should do? Riley, do you have a set of headphones?
Yeah, I do.
Put your headphones in and plug those in. That'll help, first of all. And then we're going to figure out your camera. We're going to walk you through it. Headphones are going to help. Our numbers are adding up here. More folks are coming on. Okay, so people are talking. We better answer some questions here.
Hold
We're gonna
on.
be persona non grata. See what I've missed. Okay.
Oh, wait a second. I found something else.
Fort Collins. Yeah.
Darn.
And Riley, I'm listening to you too. I'm just answering questions. Certainly see Remy rescued and just in control as ever. Yeah, Remy doesn't go down easy, does he? Remy launches himself off a cliff hoping to land on a little snowy pad below and manages to survive. He's a maniac. Yeah, you got your headset, your earphones on?
I'm good. They're not working.
They're not?
No.
It's all right. Do you have any headphones?
Yeah, no, I tried with the headphones. It didn't work. I plugged them in. I plugged them in.
You know what it might be? Maybe your computer. Are you on a Mac or a PC?
I'm on back, but I'm thinking. Hold on a second. Okay.
Yeah, I hear you perfect.
No, I can't hear you.
Are you ready to curse Google as much as we are?
I was thinking because I have my M audio box. Now, can you hear me now?
I don't hear you. I only hear you on my phone. No, I don't hear you through the computer.
All right.
Hey, Gerald, see if there's any buttons you can press on Riley there.
Let me get off and
I already
Yeah,
turned
hop off and try
everything
and hop
on.
back on. He's going to try and hop off and hop back on. I'm going to hang up,
Okay.
Riley. Go ahead and try and hop back on. I'll call you in a minute.
All right.
Bye. All right, so, yeah, I'm trying to also answer some questions while Riley's trying to hook this up, guys. Let's see what we got here. She's going to try and pop on again here.
Oh, here he comes.
Now do you hear me?
Okay, Riley's here.
Do you hear me now?
There you are.
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yes, and we see you.
Can you hear me?
Creates habit. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
we hear you, and we see you. Oh! Welcome, Riley,
cool.
everybody. There he is.
Sorry about that. I was running my I have like a thing called the M audio box where I run all my music through it, and so it wasn't using the internal speakers, so I had to turn everything off. Hi.
Well, you look good and you sound good, and
Thanks.
I was just saying it's kind of cold here, cold in Los Angeles, Riley. You can tell.
Yeah, you look like you're ready for winter.
I am, man. It was 29 degrees here in the valley when I woke up this morning.
Wow.
I'm in winter. Now, where are you now, Riley? Tell us where you are.
I'm at my house in LA for about the first time since July, I think. I popped in and out
What?
for a day here or there, yeah, but I've been gone.
So tell everybody what you've been doing.
Well, let's see. We'll go back to July. The end of July, I went to Wilmington, North Carolina, to do this movie called Christmas in Conway that just came out on ABC last Sunday, and now it's replaying on the Hallmark Channel with Andy Garcia, Mary Louise Parker, Mandy Moore, and myself. And it turned out great.
Well, then we're all going to check that out. Everybody check that out. You heard that. Hallmark Channel.
Then I was there for like 6 weeks, and then I went to Toronto for a month to do a couple episodes on Beauty and the Beast. And then I went from Toronto to Austin, Texas for 7 weeks to do the new Nicholas Sparks TV show called Deliverance Creek. So we just did the pilot.
Wow.
We actually did 2 episodes. It's a backdoor pilot, so if they don't end up picking up the series, I can still make it a 2-hour movie. So we got, 2 options there. But I just got back a couple days ago from that. So I'm literally like I'm in my office. I've got my brother-in-law over here. We have stacks of mails and bills and checks, and we're in the middle of the year-end, writing checks and cashing checks.
Yeah, I think it's time to go to dinner and have a drink and relax and forget about all that.
I mean, you have no idea. For those of you who see, it's like literally just like millions of these things, and like
They're not that good.
they're not. Some are bad, some are good.
Take all the bills and put those in one pile that you then burn, and
Yeah.
take all the checks and cash them.
So what's
First of
going
all, congratulations on the pilot. Well, first we're going to congratulate you on the pilot, and I think that's exciting news to be on of course, on a backdoor pilot. That's super interesting, especially to be gone for 7 weeks, creating the equivalent of a feature movie, basically.
Yeah, we shot it. The pilot was 95 pages, so it was a long shoot, and it's 1800s, shoot 'em up western. So like you're dealing with horses and elements, and it was not an easy shoot. I wish we would have had the sound stage that 10,000 Days had. It would have been so much easier.
Well, that sounds awesome. And now tell me,
10,000 Days looks like it was the hardest shoot ever, and it was the easiest ever. And then, this one I just did. I don't know what it'll look like, but it was definitely a hard shoot.
Yeah, we just made it look hard. The hard part was we gave all the footage to the visual effects guys, and we said, okay, now we want snow everywhere and ice, and make it look like they're climbing out of a crevasse and an ice mine, and good luck.
Yeah.
And you're climbing up on a blue apple box with a blue screen behind you, and a little bit of snow under your feet.
Just staring at a dot on the wall.
Yeah, well, it's the tricky part. Hey, listen, it makes it work, and it makes it work really well. And people they're loving the show, and they're loving the setting, and they're letting us know here too. We've got a really nice following, and they're
Good.
following the show. They're excited, and we found a nice audience. I was telling everybody, Riley, that we're heading toward 1 million views, and I think we're at like 815,000. So we're finding an audience, and these guys are super enthusiastic. And the folks that come to the Hangouts, we call them our influencers and our super fans, and they come every week and they spread the word, and they're on Facebook, and we're so happy to have them. And they come up with really great questions too. So I'm going to read here and see if we've got any questions for Riley, guys. Everyone, of course, says welcome, Riley. You got a big hello and welcome, Riley, from a bunch of folks. We've got folks from Cincinnati, Ohio. We got some folks from Fort Collins in Colorado. We got folks from Australia. Scooty's coming all the way from Australia,
Nice.
and she's up. It's her afternoon. And we got someone in from the UK as well, who's up at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Great.
Unbelievable. And Renee from Reno, Nevada. So these are just some of the folks on here that we've got. I'm trying to see if we have any questions yet for you. Somebody wrote Remy Farnwell equals Chuck Norris 10,000 days later. All right, I like that. So guys, let's have some questions for Riley and Gerald. If you want to pick someone to send the link to. Go for it. We said we'd do that. You get to reach into the hat and send a link out to someone.
I have no idea how.
And you guys, you have no idea how what?
Like, can everybody see me? I can't see anybody except for you. What's
Yeah, you see us
Thanks,
because
Riley.
you're on the panel,
Guys?
right? Yeah, you see.
So we're the
By the
panel.
way, Riley, have you ever met Gerald?
No.
We're the
Nice.
panel.
Yeah, so we're the panel, and
Hi, Riley.
they can see us.
They can see us, and
Yeah.
and we don't see
My
them.
nose right now. Wait, they can see us.
No, don't think. Hey, I didn't introduce you to Gerald, by the way. Gerald is our social media guru, and Gerald's been with us since last year.
Sort
So,
of.
Gerald, Riley,
Nice.
hello to each other.
Hi, Riley.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hi, Riley.
Hi.
All right, let me find somebody to join us here.
Yeah, Pixel. So what happens, Riley, is if we send somebody the link I sent you, and they click it, they'll be able to join the panel. That's a private link to the panel. Everyone else can watch it. We're live on YouTube, and we're also live at our Google Plus page, and we're also live on our Facebook page. We found an app so that people click on a link on Facebook. We have a special button, and it takes them right to a Facebook page, so if they don't have to have Google Plus, because a lot of people don't have Google Plus, and we didn't want to lock them out, so they all get to watch it on Facebook. So when I look at comments, I'm looking at the comments on Facebook. There's actually a comment tracker underneath the live video, and so I'm looking to see if we've got any questions for you yet. Someone said so. They're asking you. They said so. You'd like a green screen period western, huh, Riley?
Yeah.
Would that make it easier?
Yeah.
That's Renee, by the way. Renee and Reno.
Yeah, Renee and Reno. Green screens are always the way to go. Anytime you can get studio work instead of on location, I think it's easier.
Well, I agree. Now, Nayari, I think, is she's in Fort Collins. I think. Nayari, correct me if I got that wrong. She says, I'm sure this question has been asked much more eloquently, but how do you place yourself in this dark, devastated environment when it's, a blue Apple box with a green screen?
So, do I get to answer that?
Yeah, you got to answer that question. Man.
Yeah. Well, for me, that's where the acting comes in. You have to use your imagination and actually act. Whereas when you're out on location, you kind of get to see the environment more, so it becomes more real. So you just let the environment kind of take your emotions where you need to go. But on a green screen, you're going to have to use your imagination more. The hardest part about green screen is that you're not sure what the final product's going to look like. So when Eric's telling us to look at a dot on a green screen, and he says, oh, it's going to be a big lightning bolt or whatever it's going to be. We have no idea really what that's looking like, so you don't know how to use, sometimes with your reactions, you don't know what they should be or how big they should be, so you really have to trust the director to walk you through it and make sure that he's happy, because he knows what you're going to be looking at. You don't. And then what was cool about watching 10,000 Days then is that for the first time along with the audience, we're getting to see what it is that we're looking at and what the background is and the surroundings are, because we didn't even know. So there's got to be a lot of trust with the actors and directors, and you have to use your imagination a lot more. That's my answer.
And so maybe I can help you sometimes. Hopefully I'm doing a good job
I'd say
motivating
so far, so
you with
good
some
with
good...
us.
some good explanation, right? You know, I was going to say I'm trying to see Jackie. You might want to send Jackie an invite, because Jackie's in the UK. It's 3 a.m. We got to see if she's willing to jump on, because that would be pretty cool.
I think we have to find out if she's in any condition.
She's in great condition. And Kale's. I think we've got Gail from. Gail's, I call her Kale. I ate some kale the other day. Gail's in Chicago. I'm losing my mind, Riley. It's been a long day, let me tell you. It's been a long day dealing with they posted on MetaCafe that we were doing the Hangout at 12 noon. That I figured that out at 6:15 a.m. and I was like, guys, please change this to 7 p.m. We have those lovely moments every week when we go live. There's always something that I've got to fix. Whether it's a log line or there's no skin or there's no wrong picture or the wrong time, but it all works out, because what I've discovered is fans are incredibly forgiving of our small faux pas and our mistakes, because they just want to watch the show. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because it's the internet. And Raleigh, I was going to ask you the show you just did. Is there a studio behind it yet, or a network, or is it purely
Warner Horizon's behind it, and it's for the network is a Lifetime. But Lifetime's trying to rebrand and revamp they're trying to do what AMC did years ago.
That's big time, because Lifetime is traditionally, it's dealt with more shows that are geared toward a female audience, and now, I mean, with this a Western, that's obviously not that it's not a female audience, but they're going after a male audience as well.
Yeah.
That's a big shift. That'd be great. And so, if I had to ask you one question about this Western, is it? Well, I know it's not. I know it's not going to be like Deadwood, because it's Lifetime, as far as language and violence. But if you're doing a Western for Lifetime, is there a fair amount of action, or is it tamed down a little bit as far as the action and the drama?
No, they're asking us to push the envelope. We're doing a lot of violence and a lot of it's pretty raw. Even the dialogue, the words that we're saying, I think sometimes a little bit pushing the envelope. But that's what they say they want, So I mean, that's what we're going to give them. They may change their minds once they see it, but we're going all out.
Well, that's interesting. I love that. And who's the creator?
We have a female lead named Lauren Ambrose from 6 Feet Under. So, they're still keeping with that theme of, like, the center of the show is a female. So it's got that for their audience, but, she's really one of, like, 3 females in the whole show, and that's it. So we'll see. Hopefully they want what they say they want, once we give it to them. You know how that is.
No, that will be interesting. Who's the creator of the show?
Nicholas Sparks, who wrote The Notebook.
Oh, great. Yeah. Notebook. That was a wonderful movie.
He's the #1 biggest selling author that's alive right now. And this is his first. He's done 7 of his books have went to film, starting with Walk to Remember and moving up to Notebook. But now this is his first TV try.
That's great. That's pretty exciting. That's really exciting. Yeah. And the fact that he's involved, as the creator and the writer of the pilot, and also an executive producer, that's a big bold step, because a lot of pressure on him to deliver a great show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Because in TV, that's where it's at. In TV, it's like, here you go. Let me just heap a whole lot of weight on your shoulders. Carry this around for a while and make it all work. Well, that's exciting. That's really cool to hear.
So,
see if you can make this work. Somebody else has asked a question here, right? You got another question here.
Okay.
Let's see, we got here. So Jackie, and Jackie is, Jackie's in the UK. Jackie says, Riley, what is your favorite part about 10,000 Days, and what attracted you to the role?
My favorite part about the show would have to be seeing the final product, because, as I said before, when we were making it, it was almost on blind faith, because we had no idea what this big empty room and green screens were going to look like. And so it was so exciting to finally get to see the final product and to see it look so cool. So now we as a cast want more opportunity to do more shows, because now we finally have a grasp on what this is we're making. So when we go forward, we're going to know what this stuff looks like in the back of our minds. It's going to help us in execute, our choices in the future as actors. That was my favorite part about working on the show. What was the second part of that question?
They ask, what attracted you to the role, and why were you interested? Yeah, why were you attracted to it?
I like the character that I got to play the best, because he's kind of more of the comic relief, I guess you could say, a little bit. He's a little bit more laid back. He's a little bit more like I am, I think. And a lot of times in my past work, I play a very heavy guy. Sometimes it's serious, and he's kind of more the James Harvey Ward character in 10,000 Days. So he's got a little bit more seriousness to him all the time. And so when I saw this role, I love that the guy was kind of the comic relief. He's very light. He kept everything, tongue-in-cheek, and I've been looking for that kind of role to play. Still am, even after this one. So it's fun now to get those kind of opportunities. It just makes work more fun for me, because I don't have on my shoulders. But yeah, that's what. And the cast is great. We all got along so well. A couple of them were friends of mine previous to it. A couple have become friends since it. So yeah, I mean, I think I can speak for all of us when I say we just want the opportunity to make more of them.
That was an interesting part. I remember when I told James, who I cast as his brother, and he said, "Wait, what's his name again?" And I told him, I said, "Well, it's Riley Smith." And he said, "I know that guy," because you guys weren't friends before that, but he knew of you because he said you guys would go up for roles together. Yeah. You'd go up against each other for different roles, so he'd see you around. And he said, "Yeah, I know that guy. And I said, "Great. I hope you like him."
Yeah, no, we got along.
He's going to be your brother.
Yeah, we've been friends ever since. So that's always fun when it works out like that.
I love that. And then I was going to ask you, how'd you like working with John Schneider? I mean, everybody seems to ask that question too, and they want to know. Yeah. But you kind of you had a more interesting relationship with him. Well, not more interesting, but just a unique one, because you got to play, his youngest son, and that comes with a little bit of fun flavor, because it's like he's kind of protecting you, and you guys had a nice rapport.
Yeah, John. Well, I grew up a Dukes of Hazzard fan like anybody in my generation, so I watched it after school every single day. I think I've seen every episode. So I was so excited to work with John. And we since have become, I would say use friends lightly, but yeah, I've got his number, and we talk about golfing from time to time, and I know that once we start doing more of this, we'll be hanging out a lot. He's a big country music fan and a singer, so we just had a lot in common. And anytime for me, I get the opportunity to work with people that I idolized growing up, it's like so surreal, So to sit there and be like in a scene with Bo Duke, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, exactly, Mr. Bo. I remember when when we met because with him we sent him the script, and at that point in time it was like 7 pages long. That was it. It was a 7-page kind of idea of what a pilot would be, and he read it and he said, "Well, I'm a big," he called me basically. He said, "I'm a big fan of Lost in Space, so this is kind of Lost in Space, but lost up in the mountains, and they're like living on another planet." And so he loved that idea and that concept, and he took a leap of faith because it was hard getting someone to be the lead and be the first person to get on the boat. Because they don't know if it's going to sink or if it's going to float, and so that takes a lot of guts, to say, okay, I'm going to go on this adventure with you, and that was before you were on or anybody else. It was really just James and John and a few others, and we tried it out. But I got to say, God bless John Schneider, because he believed in the show and the idea, and he didn't just blow us off. And I know he probably got a little flack from his agents for that, possibly because it was back then. It was like a web series. What are you talking about? Like, what is that? Because you got to remember this was 4 years ago.
That's crazy.
And it was. Yeah, it was almost 2009, and he said, let's do it. And nobody was doing, the web series that we're on, there was nothing like this. Nobody was doing anything close to this, and they just thought we were nuts, and they didn't even know what we were trying to do. I think they just thought, these guys are crazy. They're going to go make some little film, and they're going to go nowhere with it. So that was exciting that he believed in us, and so, built from there. It took us a while to get the whole thing going, but like anything, if it's worth doing, it takes time sometimes. So I'm glad everybody hung in there, and we got to do this. Who else do we have questions here from? Is there anybody else? What happened, Gerald? Did we find anybody that wanted to jump on board here with us?
Well, I've messaged
Gerald's
a few people, and
frozen.
I've heard back. Kelly is trying to get in, but he's having issues too. I'm done with Google, Eric, to be honest. Maybe we can find another alternative.
We want to support. So Google's not going to sponsor season 2, I suppose.
No, I suppose not.
Google is.
If
Google
you
has
want,
been a pain.
What,
I
Eric?
tell you. What?
Eric, if you don't mind,
Tell me.
would like to just put the link in the thing because there's only 3 of us in here. We can take up to 7 people,
Go ahead.
so why don't I just put the link
Throw
up?
up the link.
That's okay with you.
First 7 get in.
I'm putting
Go
up
ahead.
the link.
She put up the
Let's
link,
see
and
who
then
shows
everything's just
up.
going to crash, Riley. Riley, the whole thing's just going to go completely kaput. Well, they got 15 minutes anyway, because we're gonna pull the plug on the Hangout in about 15 minutes anyway. So let's see how it goes.
All right, I'm putting it up.
And by the
There
way,
you go,
Gail, thanks for
folks.
your comment about Chicago. Gail says it's 17 degrees in Chicago. That's warm, Gail, for Chicago. Come on, 17. I would be impressed if it said minus 17. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Please.
this time of year.
By the way, Riley, you remember Nick, my son?
Yeah.
He just found out that he got accepted to a college in Boston, so he's going to experience cold firsthand next year.
Damn, he's already going to college?
Yes, he's going to college. He just got accepted to his first college today. He got accepted to a college in Boston, his first one, and he will be heading off next fall to the university. Yes, everyone, I have a college-bound son.
I can't even believe that.
Can you believe?
That's,
Is that unbelievable? It's like the last time you saw him, he was a little kid.
Yeah, dude, that's nuts. I feel so old.
No, don't feel old. You're doing awesome. I'm the one that feels old.
Hey, he is your son.
So anyway, he is my son. It's pretty exciting. I'm really stoked for him.
So he's going to Boston.
Oh, here we go, James. I'm not going to name the college yet because I promised him I wouldn't tell anybody yet because he's got a couple more of these applied to, and he said don't say the name because if I don't go there, I don't want everyone to keep asking me why I'm not going there. So we'll just say Boston.
Okay.
And I'll tell you later. So it says here. Let's see what here. Oh, this is interesting. Someone made a comment about Sanctuary. That would be a. Let's see here. So is the ultimate goal to become like Sanctuary and become a TV series, or would you rather do a movie? Well, no, we'd much rather do a series because that means we get to do a lot of writing and a lot of shows and a lot of episodes, and we could do that for years, and that's exciting. My son just walked in. He doesn't know we're doing a live broadcast here. Hi, Liam. It's okay. You can sit there and watch. So the answer to that is absolutely Hi, Liam. Liam, you come over here and say hi to everybody. Come here. Say hi. Here's my son, Liam. Liam, come say hi. He doesn't want to say hi. Anyway, the idea is absolutely to do a series. A movie, that could definitely happen. Absolutely. And it would be more like we do the series and then we do the movie, and that'd be kind of like the X-Files movie, which would be great. And so my preference is series. Don't you think, Riley? Series?
Yeah,
and then we do a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do the series first for 3 or 4 years, then we'll do the big budget movie. Let's see what else we got here. We got another question for Riley. This is from James. And I think James is in Canada. I'm not sure. He'll let us know. He says, Riley, how is it working with Peter Wingfield? He seems like he probably has a good sense of humor.
Yeah, I didn't really...
Do you agree with that?
I didn't really work with him so much one-on-one like in scenes. We had that really epic fight scene that we did. But hanging out like off camera, he was really cool. I didn't know anything about him until we started doing the show. But he seemed like a distinguished, I believe he was English gentleman. So yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So
although you'd never know he was English. You wouldn't know he was English because he dropped that English accent. Sorry, I got to plug in the power cable. He's from Wales. Peter was born and raised in Wales. He was born and raised in Wales, but you'd never know. You heard his English accent.
Yeah.
I know you saw him on the stage, even though you guys didn't have a scene together.
We just had that fight scene.
Right, Riley? You saw him on the stage. Right, you had the fight scene, and that was very brief as he dropped in, ran inside, and then jumped over the ledge, and you watched him. But we separated a lot of that, which was crazy. All the hanging stuff, was all split up. But he, oh look, we just got joined by James. James is here. James, are you on?
Hello.
I see James. James, who asked the question, who said
That's
it's minus
Kelly.
30.
That's
yeah,
Kelly.
I think James isn't. Oh, it's Kelly?
It's Kelly.
It says James here. Kelly.
Mine says
I
Kelly.
see. Yeah, she's using. Well, I think she's using James's account.
Oh
but,
no!
But
are they together?
I don't know. Riley, when we were doing the fight scene, and help me please. And did you get a chance to talk with Peter much just on the stage and stuff? Did you guys ever get a chance to just hang out?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. We talked. I think, yeah, I heard his accent at one point, but I didn't know that until, we were way into until we were into the filming. I had no idea that he wasn't American. But we talked a little bit. He's a really nice guy.
Well, you want to hear something? You probably don't know this, but, Peter actually went back to school to become a doctor.
I think you told me that when we were at your house last time. That's crazy.
Right. He Peter. Well, it's tough, of course, at his age to just at any age to keep all the balls in the air. He's married. He's got a kid, and he was just having a hard time just making it all work here in just as an actor. So he decided, he actually went to medical school as a kid, as a teenager, as a young man, and he dropped out after 3 years of med school in Wales. And so he went back to it, and he has 1 year left. He's going to be coming back to LA this summer, and he's going to be doing his last year in med school, and he's not quite sure what his specialty is going to be, but he's going to pick something where he can continue acting. As wild and awesome as that is. But can you imagine how brave this guy is?
A doctor is not a bad fallback plan. A lot of people here, their fallback plan is being a waiter. His is being a doctor. That's not bad.
Yes, his fallback is to be a doctor and make good money. But and what's great is he's going to pick a specialty where he has freedom to continue acting and do the things that he really wants to do, like that, and continue doing things like, of course, being a doctor. But I just found that so brave. I mean, here's a guy that's back in med school, he said, with 20-year-olds and 20-somethings, and he's just getting an incredible amount of information getting thrown at him every day. I would talk to him, he'd say, Eric, you can't imagine the amount of work and just the information. And you know, it's different when you're 24. your brain has lots more room left to be filled. I mean, he's just brain's already full. Let's pack a whole medical practice on top of that. So anyway, so that's what he's doing. He'll be back in LA, and he'll be excited to join us for season 2 when we get it going. And I'm saying that positively because we're going to get it going.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw down. We're going to do a few more
Eric,
questions
Sean is here now.
and Sean, wave to us.
Hi.
Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Sean, tell us. Hi, Sean. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
We're doing great. Welcome. And Sean, where are you?
He doesn't have the camera on.
Oh, hang on.
He does. I see him.
Okay.
I
I'm
see
in Castle
Sean.
Rock, Colorado.
What part of Colorado?
Castle Rock.
Castle Rock. And
Yep.
where's that near? Because I don't know Castle Rock.
Halfway between Denver and the Springs.
Gotcha. I know exactly where you are now. That's excellent. And welcome. I see we have someone else here too. Is that Kelly who's not talking? I just see the picture of Peter. Kelly, are you with us?
Kelly, say
Oh,
hey.
she needs to find a fun picture. Kelly, forget about the picture. Just click on so we can talk to you. Sean, do you have a question
Put
for
your
Riley?
camera on, Kelly.
Actually, I had a question for you. With season 2, how easy is it to get all the actors and actresses together again, since it's been a while?
Riley, how easy it is going to be for me to get you to come back for season 2?
Well, my quotes went up a little bit. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm sure it has.
I think that I think that all the actors, Sean, want to do it. I know that for a fact. And I think that, you know, it just really comes down to the availability based on what else we're doing at the time. But, you know, we've made it this far, and I think that if we made it this far, that's going to be the least of our worries. You know, they'll have to just structure the times around, you know, I guess I don't know. I'm assuming if I'm the producer, I pick like the people that I really need to structure the storylines around. I find their availability. I lock that down, and then you try to work everybody else into it as much as you can. You know, I don't know, but that's Eric's call. But basically, I start with Riley Smith, and then I work my way out.
Well, looking forward to seeing everybody back.
Yeah, trust me, we all want to come back.
Great.
I heard the most important part, which was everybody wants to come back. I love that. Sorry.
James is
Did
here
you
now.
hear me?
Yes.
So,
Whoa.
good. And Sean, I'm going to answer the last part of your question. Riley answered most of it by saying everybody's excited about coming back, and I've got their support, and that's the most important thing. It's going to all come down to schedules, like Riley said, and that'll be, of course, the tricky part. But I think, you know, we'll pick a time that works, and if I have to work around people's schedules, we'll just do it. We'll figure it out. Like we always do in the television and film business, we work around the schedules. You know. Who else we got here? We got someone else. We see you?
Yes.
I see baseball cap. James,
Yes.
how are you?
That's me. Good. How are you?
Good. Where are you calling in from, James?
Winnipeg, Canada.
Winnipeg. Oh, that was the
Wow.
minus
Yeah.
some serious temperature I saw there.
Oh yeah. It's
James, what did you say? It
-30.
was minus 20 or something?
Minus 30?
Minus 30?
Yeah.
You know,
Do
I
you
don't
go
think I've ever
out when
experienced
it's minus
anything.
30, James?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, James, we're
God, I
gonna
can't
take
even
a cue
imagine.
from you in season 2. I think the idea is not to go outside with like a wet head of hair. So it's not a good idea to like take a shower and have a wet head of hair and just run outside.
Definitely not. That would be bad.
Okay, yeah, that would be. Riley, do you ever experience minus 30 ever? Riley, have you ever experienced minus 30? Riley hears us. Riley froze up. Riley's image completely froze.
Riley's
He'll be
frozen.
back. He
Come back, Riley.
Riley's frozen, James. Okay, hang on. He'll pop back out in a second. Renee said they want everyone to come back. We'll get everybody back. Don't worry. Sean, do you have any questions for Riley? And I'll convey them to him.
How long did it take him to film his scenes? Like over how much time?
I will tell you that right now. I'm telling him to jump back on. Maybe he'll answer that. Hang on. I'm just letting him know to pop back on to answer that. He got knocked off. Unfortunately, that does happen with Google. Until he comes back on, I will answer that question though. Basically, his scenes. We split him over two sequences, Sean. You know, he had fight scenes, and he had some work on our ice scape, and he also had scenes in the observatory. So he actually played over the course of our entire shoot, which was 15 and a half days. And he got spread out a bit, but he was in a little bit of everything, which actually worked out really well for the show because he's got such a great energy. You know, Riley brought a lot of humor and a lot of also a lot of pathos to the project. You know, he has a wonderful scene coming up in the next episode that you'll see with James. Riley, thanks for coming back. He's back, folks. You know, Riley, I know you can't stay on much longer, but Sean asked a really interesting question. We first of all, he said, how long did it take to shoot all your scenes, and what was your commitment? And I said you basically were on for run of the show for about 15 days because you were in a little bit of everything. I mean, you were with us in the observatory for all those scenes. You were on the ice scape. You were in Air Force One. I mean, you were in everything. I mean, so you played in a lot of the show. So you were there for the whole run of it. Unless I'm remembering that wrong.
No, I think you're right. It's been so long. You reminded me of Air Force One. That was probably one of the coolest experiences of the whole project because when we first opened those doors and walked in, the set decoration was so amazing. Like, it looked like the inside of a crashed plane. And when we creeped up to the front and there was what appeared to be the Obamas, for instance, like laying up there, it was so freaky. Like, I already have a weird thing about flying, and then to be inside that and see that was nuts. They did a great job.
And that was day one.
Yeah, was it? Man.
That was day one. That was the first thing we shot was you guys coming through those doors and you looking around and finding a coat and it was day one. We jumped right in with all the hard stuff, all the big emotion stuff. So Sean, I hope that answered your question. Somebody else just jumped on here. Who's this? I see a cat. That's got to be Kelly. Kelly, are you putting a cat up there? James, do you have a question for Riley?
Well, I was actually going to ask about if that was supposed to be the Obamas on the plane, but he actually just answered that.
Yeah.
And we didn't announce that. You know, we kind of left that up to people's imagination, but we definitely gave enough clues to make that obvious.
Right.
You know, and it plays obviously time-wise. It works because it supposedly happened. Now right around 2012, 2013. When the plane actually went down, and they find it 27 years later. Any other questions? Kelly, I can see the cat, but we can't hear you. You're probably trying to figure out how to get that mute off. But yeah, she said that's me. Kelly, you can type your question in for Riley if you want. And Kelly's.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Kelly, we hear you now.
Okay.
But you got to put those earplugs in, Kelly. Do you have earplugs?
Oh, I have an external speaker.
You don't? Well, what you do is turn the volume down on your speaker. You'll hear us, but we won't hear you as loud. Just dial that speaker down a little bit. Much better. Good. Kelly, do you have a question for Riley?
I'll try to think of one.
Well, I'll ask you a question, and you guys can each answer. Tell us, what was your favorite part of episode 8, and you can direct it toward Riley, or you can just direct it out to all of us. But what was your favorite part of episode 8, and what do you think is going to happen to the kids? I'm starting with you, Sean. Favorite part of episode 8?
Learning Remy was still around.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, he'll be back. Yeah, he's not gone for long. James, what do you got? What's your favorite part of episode 8?
Well, I would agree with that. Also, thought it was interesting that there was a gun brought into the.
Yeah, we don't deal with firearms up to this point. It's the first time, and the whole idea was to introduce the idea, introduce the idea of a firearm, and the young man who picks it up clearly has no idea what it is.
Right.
Right? I mean, that's kind of an interesting concept. What happens when a kid picks up a gun and has no idea what it is? And he's not like he's 3 or 4 years old. He's just like a 15-year-old young man, and he tries to use it as a hammer.
Right. Yeah.
Not a good idea. Did you get a strong sense for what might or might not happen to those young folks on that jet as it disappears? Do you have a strong sense of whether that's possible for them to survive, or if they will survive, or what may happen to them?
Was that open space, or was it falling into the ocean?
It was actually, and this will become clear in the next couple episodes, it's dropping down into an under ice river. So they're already in a cavern, and that cavern, the ice is breaking away underneath the jet, and there's an under ice river traveling underneath there, and that's what it's dropping into, and it's going to get carried away.
Okay.
So the next episode will make a little bit of that more clear, but we wanted to keep it a little mysterious. But you're gonna discover more of that in the next episode.
So I guess it was important that the door was closed before it dropped.
Yes, very important that the door closed and sealed. Hopefully we got that accomplished. So we'll see where it heads out to. Kelly, favorite?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Part of episode 8. What's your favorite part of episode 8?
Oh, that was the one I typed earlier about the scene where they found the briefcase, and then the one guy tried to open it with a gun.
There you go. Everybody likes a little danger.
Yeah.
Everybody likes a little danger. Well, what you're going to see in the next one is Riley and James. They head off in pursuit, and that's what's coming up in episode 9 is how to chase it down and how to save the kids, and if that's even possible. Who knows? Riley, who knows if you're going to be successful or not?
Well, at this point, the kids are now bigger than me.
That's right. And will you survive? It's going to be very interesting. So that's all.
Are you saying you're killing me off already?
No. Well, no, we're not supposed to. They don't know anything yet. We're going to leave it all very vague and very mysterious, right? Cheryl.
Yes, Don.
Cheryl.
Yes.
I have a question. Were we able to make contact with Kate in the UK?
No, I don't believe we were.
All right, because I was going to see if we could add her on before we wind this down. All right, good. Well, because we're going to wind down now. Guys, I wanted to say, if anybody has any last-minute questions, throw them out. Riley's been on for a while. He's been incredibly gracious hanging out here with us for the last 50 minutes. If you have any last questions, everyone out there on the chat, go ahead and throw it down now, and we'll answer one more question. And if anybody's got something for Riley, let's have it, and then we're gonna sign off for the night. Someone here wants to know. They said finding out that Remy lives. That's an exciting bit for them. They can't wait to find out what happens with him. Yeah, well, we're gonna find out what's going on with Remy soon. I actually just wrote the log line for that episode about an hour and a half ago, but I can't share it with you yet. Let's see if we have any other questions here. Do you see any questions down farther in the chat chain?
I'm
Gerald?
looking. I'm looking. I'm looking.
Was there much practice involved for the fight scene?
Say that again, James?
Was there much practice involved for the fight scenes?
Riley, what kind of practice did you get?
No, we kind of did it on the day. We had a really good stunt coordinator and stunt guys I'd actually worked with before in other movies, shows, and they block it out real quick, and those guys are great at what they do. So we pretty much got it all down right there on the spot.
Rob King.
Where'd you find those guys, Eric? Where'd you get the stunt guys?
A friend of mine who's a first AD, he recommended Rob, and Rob King's a really good stunt guy and a wonderful guy, and he's done a ton of things. Actually, what he's done in the last 4 years, the project that's kind of put him way over the top is he did all the paranormal activities. So he's done all the paranormals, and he's doing bigger movies all the time. But so we were fortunate to get him out. But he comes up with some good realistic fight stuff. That's why we brought him out too. Is he's very realistic with his fight sequences, and he brought a lot to the table. And the guys just brought a lot too. I know Riley and James, brought a lot of their own ideas to it as well as Mr. John Schneider, who actually directed most of those fight sequences on the deck.
Yeah.
He directed all those fight sequences on the deck. That was his day to direct. I was in the office doing other things, and I'd walk out to the stage, and they were all out playing in the dark and in the snow and the smoke, beating each other up. I think we had. Oh wait, is there a question here? No.
I don't think there are questions. Everybody's just thanking Riley.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Riley, you're getting a lot of love here, Riley. Everyone's saying thank you, Riley. Appreciate it greatly. Thanks for the chat. Thanks for joining us, Riley.
That was cool.
And you know what we're going to do is we're going to get what we'll try and do in the next couple of weeks, Riley, is we'll try and get James on with you and Jules, which I think will be good. And we'll try and get one chat where it's you, James, Jules, and maybe John and Peter, and then it'll just be I won't have to say anything. I'll just sit back and watch the mayhem ensue.
Cool.
Guys, thank you all for joining us. Sean, James, Kelly, we appreciate you guys jumping on the panel here, and it's fun to see faces of our fans as opposed to just the chat, and it's great to have you here. And we're going to be back next week again. We'll have some different cast members. We may actually invite Mimi Gramacki, our production designer, and possibly someone else from the crew, maybe Eric Strand, our editor. So you guys can ask some technical questions too, and some production questions, which is always fun to do as well. Riley, you didn't know it, but last week we had Joe LaDuca on, our composer.
Oh, nice.
And he played that opening live with this special guitar he had. Do you remember what he called it, Gerald? Gerald does not remember what he called it.
A VO. A VO.
Yeah, I would have said it's not a viola, but you probably know it, Riley, because Riley's a musician as well, everyone.
Viola.
He's got a terrific band. What was it called?
I know of a viola. I don't know if that's what he used.
That's what he used, exactly.
It was called a VO, V-I-O.
Oh, viola. I don't know.
He got it right. He got it right. No, Riley got it right. It's a viola. It's a viola, and it's got a curved fretboard.
Yeah.
Curved fretboards, and that's how he played that opening those opening notes over the opening credits. It was very cool. Guys, anybody that's on, if you want to watch last week's Hangout, you'll see Job actually playing the opening. It was pretty amazing. It's a really neat instrument, and he did it with an acoustic viola electrically, or viol, however you pronounce it. So that's fun. It was a lot of fun to watch that if you guys want to go back and watch last week's Hangout. So guys, thank you very much. Riley, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Really appreciate it.
And we'll have you back on. We'll have you back on in a couple weeks with James and John and Peter.
Yeah, now I know how to do it, so I'm all good.
Thanks for putting up with all this mayhem.
Oh, no, it's good to see everybody.
Great.
We'll talk soon.
Riley, hang in there, man. Have a great holiday, and see you soon.
Thanks for being interested in the show, guys. See ya.
See ya. Click the up button.
Bye-bye.
Sean, thank you. James, thank you. We'll see you guys next week. Join us. Thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate it. Kelly, thank you, too. For everyone else that's watching, thanks a lot for joining us. This is 10,000 Days, signing off for Episode 8 Hangout. Gerald, thank you for monitoring and being the awesomeness that you are. And
you,
everyone else, thanks. And thanks to Sean, James, and Kelly for joining us on the panel. Thanks so much, guys. See you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.